Hello and welcome to our channel where we talk about everything in the intersection of education, business and tech. Today we are comparing Google Bard and ChatGPT. We are doing that by giving one task related to online course creation to both Google Bard and ChatGPT. The verdict is clear. ChatGPT blows it out of the park. Some of you may already know, Aruna and I have been making videos on AI-assisted course creation. We've been using ChatGPT to recreate our 2-day course from scratch, and we have documented it all. Hit the subscribe button to be notified every time we release a video in the intersection of education, technology, and business. In today's video, we're going to be exploring Google Bard and compare the output of Google Bard with that of ChatGPT. We are asking Google Bard to create learner outcomes for our 2-day course, the online course creation Kickstarter. But what are learner outcomes? A learner outcome is a statement that tells a student what they will be able to do by the end of the course. It communicates something that is demonstrable and measurable. If you want to learn more about what learner outcomes are, you can watch one of our earlier videos. I'll have the link in the description. Okay, back to today's task. Aruna and I have co-created a 2-day course called the Online Course Creation Kickstarter that helps you get started with your online course creation journey. We've included the link in the description. We asked both ChatGPT and Google Bard to create learner outcome statements for the 2-day course titled Online Course Creation Kickstarter. To compare the output of Google Bard and ChatGPT, we created 4 different criteria. Number 1, scope. Is the learner outcome statement relevant to the course that you're trying to teach? Number 2, actionable. Does it clearly state what the student will be able to actually do? Number 3, the level of detail. And finally, number 4, format of output. How does both chatbots overall organize the answer? Out of 3 of the 4 counts, that is scope, actionable, and level of detail, ChatGPT just blows it out of the park. The output that ChatGPT was able to produce was far better than what Google Bard managed. However, on format of output, we felt that Google Bard did a much better job. Now I'll showcase the actual output that both the chatbots produced. First, I want you to see the results produced by ChatGPT. We provided it with the URL of the course, and we were quite pleased with the learner outcome statements that it produced. I like how it specifically uses the word in brackets, really taking a leaf out of the concept of Bloom's taxonomy, a very useful framework to approach learner outcomes. You can learn more about Bloom's taxonomy and learner outcomes in general from our earlier video, a link of which we've shared in the description. Now, let's put Google Bard to the test. As you can see, we've activated Emily, our online course creator persona. If you want to learn more about what Emily is and how to go about creating Emily, you can watch one of our earlier videos. I will put the link in the description, or you can click on the card above and follow the link. We've gone ahead and asked Emily to create learner outcomes for our 2-day course, the Online Course Creation Kickstarter. Google Bard, aka Emily, has given us the output. I appreciate that Google Bard has done its research. It's familiar with the SMART framework, which stipulates that learner outcome statements should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This is fairly impressive research. Furthermore, it suggests using action verbs to describe what learners will achieve, focusing on the learner and not the instructor. So that's a big win. It's also using clear, understandable language. So this is pretty decent work. Now let's analyze the actual outcomes that it has produced. It goes by saying learners will be able to identify the key components of an online course. Learners will be able to develop a clear and concise course outline. Learners will be able to create engaging and informative course content. It then goes on to add that learners will be able to design and implement effective assessments. Finally, Google Bard says that learners will be able to launch and promote their online course. In my opinion, these learner outcome statements are kind of lacking. While applying the SMART framework that Bard itself recommended, one can see that learner outcome statements are neither specific nor measurable. they do not meet the standard that we typically see after 2 iterations of exercises with our students. See, what I'm gathering is that while Bard has been able to access the link, it has not been able to read and understand the actual content of our landing page. In sharp contrast, ChatGPT actually read one of the earlier versions of our landing page. Bard is actually reading an improved version, and yet it has missed the mark completely. Let's see if the second draft offers any improvements. Well, unfortunately, it appears that it's quite similar to the first draft. While it lists the criteria more concisely, it does not apply them, rendering the output rather useless. It even includes some unsolicited details about what should be in the landing page, further demonstrating its inability to meet the primary objective. Now, let's compare the output of Google Bard and ChatGPT side by side. As is very evident from a quick read, the attempt by ChatGPT yields far better results than the one made by Google Bard. So we have a clear winner, it's ChatGPT. That brings us to the end of this video. We'll keep releasing videos that talk about topics in the intersection of education, business, and technology. Stay tuned for more. Thank you. If you enjoyed that video, please don't forget to like the video, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel.